Assalamualaikum, my name is Nur Farah Ain binti Hassan. You can call me Ain. I am from SR2434A.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Mohaimin Benyamuddin. I'm from SR2434A. You can call me Muhammad.
Okay, my name is Muhammad Farid bin Osman and I am from SR2434A. Call me Farid.
Hello, my name is Ahmad Muiz Megasim. You can call me Muiz. I'm from SR2434A.
This video is specifically for Sir Muhammad Noor bin Muhammad. The venue that we choose to do this video is at Taman Seremban 3. The equipment that we use to do this video is 1 handball ball, 2 goal post, 3 a camera hand foot. So the sport that we choose to do this task is handball, handball is known as team sport, which 2 teams of 7 players pass the ball using their hand, or me as a player too using my hand, throwing the ball into the goal of the other team. Each team consists of 7 players, which is 1 goalkeeper and 6 outfield players. So a standard match for this game, this sport consists of 2 periods of time, which is 30 minutes.
So, for the objective is to compare different results between novice and pro in handball skill that already provided from this video.
So for handball analysis, I will be the pro player. So I have been playing handball for 4 years, and my highest achievement is MSSM and Charisma. Okay, for this handball analysis, I will show you three shots, which is jump shot, normal shot, and penalty shot.
And me, I will be the novice one.
Okay, for the sagittal plan, the sagittal that involved is shoulder hyperextension, elbow extension, knee flexion, and for the trunk rotation is mediolateral axis.
From all the 3 skills that being showed, it involves first and second of motion of Newton's law. First of motion is law of inertia. Inertia only occur when external force being applied on motionless object. During all the skill, ball and body remain static until force being applied to move the body forward and release the ball to the goal. For the second law of motion, law of acceleration, force applied to the body is called as acceleration with constant mass. For all the 3 skills, force from arm, which is backward swing, creating the force to accelerate the ball.
Okay, this is the calculation for expert jumping shot and newbie jumping shot. Okay, for expert jumping shot, for the velocity is equal to displacement divided by time. So we got displacement is 6 meter divided by 0.2 second. We get the answer is 30 meter per second. So the acceleration of the ball is V2 minus V1 divided by time. So we already got the velocity V2 only, but V1 we didn't get. So 30 minus 0 and divided by time 0.2 seconds. So the answer is 150 meter seconds. So for the force is mass multiplied by acceleration. So the mass of the ball is 0.42 kg and divided by the acceleration is 150 meter per second. So the force is 30 as 63 Newton. So for the impulse, force multiplied by time. So the force is 63 Newton multiplied by time 0.2 and we get 12.6 Newton second. So for the momentum, the formula is mass multiplied by velocity. So the mass of the ball is 0.42 kg and divided by multiplied by 30 meter per second. That is the velocity. So we will get the 12.6 kg meter per second. So for the work power energy approach, for the work, the formula is force multiplied by distance. So for the force, 63 Newton from here and 6 meter, the distance. And the answer is 378 Newton meter. For the power, the formula is work divided by time. So work is we already get 378 Newton meter divided by time 0.2 second and we get the answer 1819 Newton meter per second. So for the KE, kinetic energy, the formula is 1/2 multiplied by mv squared. So we just fill in the blank. 1/2 in bracket the weight of the ball 0.42 kg and the velocity 30 meter per second square. So the answer is 189 joules. For the PE, potential energy is weight multiplied by height. So the weight of the subject is 86 kilogram and the height is 167 centimeter. So to calculate this, you have to convert it into kg into newton and centimeter into meter. So after that, we get the answer is 1436.2 watt. So for the energy is KE plus PE. So just take the KE and the PE and we get the answer 1625.2 joules. So for the newbies jumping shot, so the velocity, displacement divided by time. Displacement is 6 meter, same as the expert, but the time taken is 0.46 seconds. So as you can see, the difference between the expert and the newbies is the time taken. The time taken travel the ball that shoot by the newbie. So for the acceleration, V2 minus V1 divided by time. So the V2 is 30.04 minus by 0 and we must divide it 0.6 seconds. So the answer is 28.35 meter per second. So for the force, the formula is mass multiplied by acceleration. So the mass of the ball is 0.42 kg and the acceleration we just calculated is 28.35 meter per second. And the answer for the force is 11.91 Newton. So for the impulse, the formula is force multiplied by time. The force we already get 11.91 Newton multiplied by time 0.46 seconds. So the impulse is 5.5 Newton second. So for the momentum, the formula is mass multiplied by velocity. The mass of the ball is 0.42 kg multiplied by 30.04 meter seconds, and the answer is 5.5 kilogram meter second. And the work for the newbie jumping shot is, the formula is force multiplied by distance. The answer is 11.91 Newton multiplied by 6 meter, and you get the answer 71.5 Newton second. For the meter, the formula is work divided by time. So just fill in the blank. Just fill the work and the time, and you get the answer 155.4 Newton meter second. And the KE, the formula is 1/2 mv squared. So just fill in the blank, 1/2 and the mass of the ball, and the velocity is here, yes, and square. So the answer is 35.71 joules. For the PE, potential energy, weight multiplied by height. So we take the subject weight 85 kg, and the height of subject is 164. And remember to convert it into Newton and meter. And the answer is 1394 watt. So the energy is KE plus PE. So you will get the answer is 1429.7 joules. So as you can see, the comparison between expert and newbies, you can see the velocity for the expert is higher than the newbies. Thank you. Okay, next we continue to expert standing shoot and novice standing shoot. So for expert standing shoot, the velocity, the formula is given displacement divided by time, and the displacement is 8.8 meter divided by time. Time travel is 0.5 seconds. So the answer is 17.6 meter per second. So for the acceleration, the formula is V2 minus V1 divided by time. So the V2 is given, but the V1 is not given. So 17.6 minus by 0 and divide by 0.5 seconds. So the answer is 35.2 meter per second. And for the force, the formula is mass multiplied by acceleration. So the mass of the ball is 0.42 kg multiplied by 35.2, the acceleration. So the force is 14.8 Newton. So for the impulse, the formula is force multiplied by time. So for the force is 14.8 Newton multiplied by 0.5 seconds. So the answer is 7.4 Newton second. So for the momentum, the formula is mass multiplied by velocity. So the mass of the ball is 0.42 kg multiplied by 17.6 meter per second, and you get the answer 7.4 kilogram meter per second. So for the work, the formula is force multiplied by distance. The force is 14.8 and multiplied by the distance 8.8 meters. So the answer is 130.24 Newton meter. So for the power, the formula is work divided by time. So work is 130.24 Newton meter divided by time 0.5 seconds. So the answer is 260.5 Newton meter per second. So for the kinetic energy, the formula is 1/2 multiplied by mass velocity squared. So just fill in the blank. 1/2 multiplied by the weight of the ball and the velocity. So the answer is 65.1 joules. So for the potential energy, we take the weight and the height of the subject, 86 kg and 160 centimeters, and then we must convert it kg into Newton and cm into meter. So we will get the answer 1436.2 watt. So for the energy, the formula is Ke plus Pe. So we'll take the Ke 65.1 joules plus the Pe. The Pe is 1436.2. So the answer is 1501.3 joules. So for the newbies, standing shoot, the velocity same as expert standing. Displacement divided by time, 8.8 meter divided by 1 second is equal to 8.8 meter per second. So the acceleration for the newbies is, the formula is V2 minus V1 divided by time. So just fill in the blank. V2 is the velocity, 8.8 minus 0 divided by 1 second. So the answer is 8.8 meter seconds. So for the force, mass multiplied by acceleration. So the mass of the ball is 0.42 kg and the acceleration of the ball is 8.8 meter second. So we will get the force is 3.7 meters. So for the impulse, the formula is force multiplied by time. So we just fill in the blank, force, Newton, multiplied by 1 second. So you will get 3.7 Newton second. So for the momentum, the formula is mass multiplied by velocity. So the mass of the ball is 0.4 kg multiplied by 8.8 meter second. So the answer is 3.7 kilogram meter second. So for the work, the formula is force multiplied by distance. So the force is 3.7 Newton multiplied by 8.8 meter. So you will get the answer 32.6 meter. 32.6 Newton meter. So for the power, the formula is work divided by time. So the work is 32.6 Newton meter divided by time 1 second. So you will get 32.6 Newton meter second. So for the kinetic energy, the formula is 1/2 mass velocity square. So just fill in the blank, 1/2 and put the weight of the ball 0.42 kg and the velocity 8.8 square. So the answer is 60.3 joules. So for the PE, we calculate the weight and the height of the subject, 88 kilogram and 164 cm. Don't forget to convert into Newton and meter. So you will get the answer 1394 watt. So for the energy, the formula is Ke plus Pe. Just take the Ke and the Pe and you will get the answer 1410.3 joules. So as you can see, the expert standing shoot has a greater three element that I provide in this. As you can see, the velocity for expert and novice is different because as you can see, the velocity is higher than the novice. So this means expert standing shoot is greater than novice standing shot. As you can see, the expert standing shoot is greater than novice standing shoot because of the time taken. Of the expert, it takes 0.5 second only to make the ball travel to the goal. But for the novice, it takes 1 second. So it takes a long duration of ball to reach the goal. That's why expert standing shoot is greater than novice standing shoot. Okay, lastly, we will focus on expert penalty shoot and also novice penalty shoot. So, for the expert penalty shoot, for velocity, the formula is displacement over time. So, the displacement is 9 meter divided by the time given is 0.26 seconds. So, the answer is 34.6 meter seconds. So, for the acceleration, the formula is V2 minus V1 divided by time. So the V2 is given, but the V1 is not given. So 34.6 minus 0 divided by time 0.26 seconds equal to 133.1 meter seconds. So for the force, the formula is mass multiplied by acceleration. The mass of the ball is 0.42 kg multiplied by 133.1 meter seconds. So the force is 56 Newton. So for the impulse, formula is force multiplied by time. So the force is 56 Newton multiplied by the time 0.26 seconds. So the answer is 14.56 Newton second. So for the momentum, the formula is mass multiplied by the velocity. So the mass of the ball is 0.42 kg multiplied by the velocity 34.6 meter second. So the answer is 14.56 kilogram meter second. So for the work, the formula is force multiplied by distance. Force is 56 Newton multiplied by the distance 9 meter. So you will get the answer is 504 Newton meter. So for the power, the formula is work divided by time. Work, just fill in the blank, 504 Newton meter divided by time 0.26 seconds. So the answer is 1938.5 Newton meter per second. So for the kinetic energy, the formula is 1/2 mass multiplied by velocity squared. So just fill in the blank, 1/2 multiplied by the mass of the ball 0.42 kg and just fill the velocity 34.6 squared. So the answer is 251.4 joules. So for the potential energy, we take weight and height of the subject. So the subject is 86 kilogram and the height is 167 centimeter. And don't forget to convert it into Newton and meter. So the answer for potential energy is 1436.2 watt. So for the energy, the formula is KE plus PE. Just take the KE and the PE, and then plus it, you will get the answer 1688 joules. So for the novice penalty shoot, the velocity also same. The formula is displacement time. The displacement is 9 meter, but the time given is 0.7 second, and the answer is 13 meter seconds. So the acceleration is, the formula is V2 minus V1 divided by time. So V2 is 13 divided by 0 because we don't know the V1, and we divided by the time 0.7 second. You will get the answer 19 meter second. So for the force, the formula is mass multiplied by acceleration. The mass of the ball is 0.42 kilogram multiplied by 19 meter per second, and you will get the answer of the force is 8 Newton. So for the impulse, the formula is force multiplied by time. Force is 8 Newton multiplied by time 0.7 seconds. You will get the answer 5.6 Newton seconds. So for the momentum, the formula is mass multiplied by velocity. So the mass of the ball is 0.42 kilogram multiplied by 30 meter second. You will get the answer 5.6 kilogram meter second. So for the work, the formula is force multiplied by distance, and the force is 8 Newton multiplied by 9 the distance. So you will get the work is 72 Newton meter. So for the power, the formula is work divided by time. The work is 72 Newton meter and divided by the time is 0.7 second. You will get the answer 50.4 Newton meter second. So for the kinetic energy, the formula is 1 over 2 mv squared. So just fill in the blank, 1 over 2 and the weight of the ball 0.42 kilogram and the velocity 13 squared. And the answer is 35.5 joules. So for potential energy, we'll take the weight and the height of the subject. The weight of the subject is 85 kilogram and the height of the subject is 164 cm. And don't forget to convert it into Newton and meter. So you will get the answer 1394 watt. So lastly, for the energy, just plus the KE and the PE and you will get the answer is 1429.5 joule. So as you can see, based on this calculation, you can see the comparison. You can see the comparison between expert and novice based on the time travel. Based on the time that ball travel from the subject into the goal. So expert has a greater speed on velocity and acceleration because the time taken is shorter than the novice, because the expert only take 0.26 seconds but the novice take longer time, that's it, 0.7 seconds.
For the conclusion and the comparison, as you can see here, the expert handball player is better in result than the novice player due to 3 reasons. The first reason is the expert player use the correct technique and using the better angle than the novice player. Okay, the second is the expert has a better in power and speed. So the expert player can produce more force and more strength toward the ball and can produce a better result. Okay, lastly, the last reason is the time travel for the ball to reach the goal. So in that reason, we can see that the expert is better in speed and velocity and the acceleration of the ball. So we can conclude that the expert player is faster than the novice player. So that's for the conclusion and the comparison.